Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and off we
go! Lively Lewis Stories!
It was the day after Halloween, and Levi's candy bag was overflowing. He had asked his mom and dad if he could have a piece of candy after lunch, and they said, okay, but just one. Levi, finding a candy loophole in their answer, decided if he could only have one piece of candy, it would be the biggest one he could find. After looking through his candy bag, he found the king-size chocolate bar that he had gotten from his neighbor. It was almost the length of his arm. He slowly unwrapped the chocolate and ate it bit by bit. And after eating so much delicious chocolate, he was bouncing off the walls with energy. Hey, Ivy! Hey, Ivy! Hey, Ivy! Levi yelled over and over and over as he ran around the living room. Look at me! I can fly! Levi, I don't think that's a good idea, replied Ivy as she watched her brother climb up on the back of the couch. No, it's fine, said Levi. His parents had stepped outside to start putting the Halloween decorations away in the garage, so there was no one there to really stop him. Levi stood on the couch, spread his arms like they were wings, and leapt into the air. Levi, no! Yelled Ivy, but it was too late. Levi was mid-air and headed right for the wall. He bonked his head on his way down to the floor and sat there quiet for a second. Levi, do you need me to go get Mom and Dad? Ivy asked. No, I'm okay. I just bumped my head. I'll be fine, Levi replied. Ivy turned around and went back to playing with her toys. I knew you were going to get hurt, she thought to herself. What'd you say? Levi said. Nothing. I was just thinking that I knew you were going to get hurt, said Ivy. You never listened to me, but I'm glad you're okay. She thought that, Levi asked himself, but I'm sure I heard her say it. He didn't think too much of it and went to his room to lay down for a bit. The sugar rush was wearing off and he was getting a bit tired. After a little while, Ivy ran in to get him for their weekly Go Fish tournament with Mom and Dad. Levi sat down at the dining room table and picked up his cards. Then he heard his mom say, "Oh, great. I have 3 seahorses and 2 sea turtles. They're so cute." Aww. Mom, you shouldn't tell everyone what kind of cards you have, Levi said with a giggle. I didn't say anything, Levi. I was just thinking how cute the little characters on the cards are, Mom replied. What? Levi thought to himself. She was just thinking that, not saying that out loud, but how did I hear her? I have such a bad bunch of cards, said Dad. No matches at all. Sorry you don't have any matches, Dad, said Levi. What? How did you know I don't have any matches? His dad asked, looking a bit confused. Just a lucky guess, said Levi, finally realizing what was going on. I can read minds, he thought to himself with a huge smile. I bet I got this cool superpower when I bumped my head trying to fly off the couch. This could be fun, and I think I'll see how well it works during this card game. Once the card game started, Levi listened closely to what everyone at the table was thinking. He was going to know what cards they had and make the right choices to win every game and be this week's Go Fish champion. Wow, Levi, you did so well at Go Fish this week, said his mom. Yeah, it was like you could see the cards that we had, said Ivy. You weren't cheating, were you?
Uh-oh.
No. Hey, how about we play rock, paper, scissors? Levi suggested, trying to change the subject. His family agreed, and Levi beat every one of them just by listening to them think about which they would throw next. Rock, paper, or scissors. You're on a winning streak tonight, said Levi's dad with a laugh. No more games for you. Well, that was really fun, thought Levi, as he and Ivy headed off to get ready for bed. Levi was walking past his parents' room when he heard his mom say, I need to grab the toothpaste that I bought today. It's in the kitchen and there's none left in the bathroom. Well, at least Levi thought she said that. She was in fact just thinking about it. But either way, Levi heard it and went to get the toothpaste. Hey, Mom, I grabbed the toothpaste from the kitchen. I'm going to brush my teeth now, Levi said. Wow, thank you so much, Levi. You must have read my mind, his mom jokingly replied. Me? Read your mind? What are you talking about? Levi said, sounding very nervous. It's just a saying people use when they're thinking something and then someone else happens to do that thing. I don't think you can really read my mind, honey, said his mom. Yeah, that's right. I can't read your mind, Levi said, feeling relieved. He thought if his mom knew he could read minds, that she'd make him go to the doctor. He went to bed that night, not totally sure if his special superpowers would still be there when he woke up. Either way, it was fun while it lasted. When Levi woke up the next morning, he walked into Ivy's room. She was looking out the window. I wish my friends could play today. I really miss seeing them, Ivy thought to herself. Levi heard this and knew right away that he could still read minds. He knew Ivy hadn't said that out loud. He felt bad for his sister, but saw this as a chance to make her feel better. He ran into her room and told some silly jokes to make her laugh. I like that I can read minds, Levi thought to himself. And not just because I can win card games, but because I can help people too. The day went on, and Levi wanted to see what other fun things he could do because he could read minds. He went for a walk in his neighborhood and saw a lot of people he knew. He listened carefully to hear if anyone was thinking anything that he could help with, and boy, did he hear a lot. His next-door neighbor was looking around her yard for a bracelet she had lost while gardening. Levi heard her wishing she could find it, so he stopped to help her look. When she found it, she was so thankful for his help. A little further down the road, his friend was looking a bit down, but wouldn't tell Levi what was wrong. Levi listened carefully and heard his friend thinking how he wished he had a nicer baseball mitt. Levi remembered he had two at home, so he ran back to get one and share it with his friend. His friend couldn't have been happier. The same scenario happened again with the man who ran the ice cream shop, the old woman that lived across the street from Levi, and one of Ivy's friends. Levi kept hearing their thoughts about them needing help with something or wanting something that they didn't have. He wanted to help everyone, but it was getting exhausting. He decided to go home and play in his room for a while, alone with just his thoughts. As he was playing and enjoying the quiet, he heard his dad laugh, and he heard him say, "What does a jack-o'-lantern wear on its face?" "A pump grin." "Dad, that's a bad joke," Levi called out from his room. "What joke?" said his dad, standing in Levi's doorway. "I was just thinking of my favorite jokes from that Halloween joke book I bought you and Ivy last week. They're so funny." Oh no, Levi thought to himself. I can hear all of Dad's bad jokes. He thinks about dad jokes all the time. This has got to stop. Levi wasn't liking his new superpower anymore. He just wanted to go back to being plain old Levi, who can't read people's minds. He knew he had to tell his parents, even if they made him go to the doctor. He knew they could help. Okay, Levi, calm down. You say you can read people's thoughts? Asked his mom. You mean you can hear what I'm thinking? Said his dad. That's so cool. Okay, what number am I thinking of? 9, said Levi. That's right, exclaimed his dad. And now 3,459, Levi said with a frown. Wow, his dad said. That's right. Wow. I'm glad you're entertained, but I'm not anymore. Please help me stop this, Levi said. Well, if you got the superpower from eating a bunch of chocolate and trying to fly off the couch, maybe you should just do that again, said his dad. Levi's mom looked a little nervous because she didn't want Levi to get hurt, but she thought it was as good a plan as she could think of, so they'd give it a try. Except this time he seemed to fly for a bit, to everyone's amazement, and landed swiftly on his feet. Quick, tell me what number I'm thinking of, asked Levi's dad. 17? Levi said in an unsure voice. Nope, it was 98,320, his dad said excitedly. You're back! Levi was so excited and gave his mom and dad a big hug. "The only thing I'll miss," said Levi with a smile. "Is winning to go fish?" laughed his mom. "No, being able to know how you're all feeling so I can help out more," Levi said. "That's so sweet," replied his mom. "But I'm just glad my little Levi is back to normal." "Me too," Levi said as he gave his mom a big hug. "Hey, how did you know I wanted a big hug from you?" asked his mom. "I read your mind," Levi said with a smile. Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea, and your kid's name for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Come back for more.